What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're taking a closer look at the Alpharex Nova Series G2 LED projector headlights with the black housing and the clear lens, fitting all 2014 through 2020 at Toyota 4Runners. Now headlights are a pretty simple way to make a huge difference for the front end of your rig, whether you are simply looking for a better appearance than your current set or you need the added lighting for some more helpful visibility when driving at night. Now this set is going to tailor to both of those needs and be perfect for the 4Runner owner seeking out a well-built headlight that's going to hold up to wherever you're taking your 4Runner, whether it be just on the streets or in the middle of the woods. One of the most appealing characteristics of these headlights is the super sharp appearance that they have with the bright white angled DRL at the top and the smaller accent one down at the bottom. Now those will come with a switchback function as well and have a sequential amber function for the turn signal in addition to a lock and unlock sequence, or if you'd like to keep that amber appearance all the time, this does have that option as well. Now the other unmistakable feature is the quad ice cube projector lenses backed up against that jet black or alpha black housing and chrome detailing, which really creates a contrasted and deep appearance to the light. Now while the appearance is impressive, the lighting will also be too, with a high lumen output created by all 4 low beams and the 2 outer high beams with a full and a super consistent beam pattern ending in a sharp cutoff line at the top, which is ideal for visibility. Now these will have a factory style plastic housing for a direct OE style fit, yet bring a lot more to the table when it comes to the construction. Now that polycarbonate lens on the front is going to be one of those features that really ups the ante when it comes to the construction, with an anti-fog feature on the front of the lens, and it's also going to be impact resistant and have additional protective layers on it to prevent any discoloring of the lens, making sure that it's going to hold up in extreme weather conditions and just over longer periods of time. The LEDs inside will also be long lasting, if not more, with multiple low energy drawing Osram Olsen black flat LED chips, which will be incredibly efficient and require no maintenance down the line, which is one of the best parts of LEDs. Now the best part of all is that the DOT and SAE compliance offers some peace of mind for the drastic change of lighting on the front of your 4Runner. Now, with the nature of these headlights, you can assume that they are more of a costly option, and they are at about $1,550. Now, while that is a steep price point, putting these side by side with others in the category, not many are going to offer the deep dark styling, a quad projector setup, or simply a full LED construction to begin with. Now, this kit will also be hassle-free when it comes to the install, no matter what light configuration that you want for your build, and the extra measures taken with the construction will have these lasting probably the life of your 4Runner. I personally think this is a fantastic investment if headlights are a priority when it comes to your build, whether that's for the appearance or the function. Install won't be too difficult at a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about an hour to get these into the front of your 4Runner. Now at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get these onto your 4Runner at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, an extension, 10 and 12 millimeter sockets, a clip removal tool, and a fuse puller. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights on our 4Runner, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to remove your factory setup, and we'll see you when you get back.
So the first thing we need to do is remove our front bumper. We have a bunch of bolts and clips holding it in. So first thing we're going to do is pop off our upper radiator cover. So to remove our radiator cover, we need to remove all of our push clips. Now these push clips are really simple. You just press in on the middle and they pop right out. So we'll do that for all of the clips. Now we're missing one right here, but you would have a clip there as well. And then with all of our clips removed, we can remove our radiator cover. Now with our radiator cover removed, we can remove the push clip on the corner of our headlight on both sides. So we'll grab a clip remover tool to pop that out, and then we'll do the same thing on the other headlight. Next, we can remove this 10 millimeter bolt at the center of our grill. So we'll grab a 10 millimeter socket to take that out. Now on the inside of our upper grill, we have 2 push clips on each side. So So we'll get in there with our clip remover tool and pop those out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come down to our wheel well and remove these 3 10mm bolts. We'll grab our 10mm socket to take these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come underneath our bumper. We have 3 bolts on the 2 outer sides of our bumper. Might be a little bit hard to see. We'll grab a 10mm socket to get these out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can come to the front side of our bumper. We have 2 bolts on either side. The one that has our bumper connected to it is the one we're going to be removing. We don't have to remove the bolt for the splash guard. So once again, we'll grab that 10mm socket to pull this out. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Now coming back up top, we just have 2 more things to do. We need to disconnect this wire harness, and there's 2 bolts on the other side of this harness that we need to remove. So we'll press in on our tab to pop our harness out, and then we can grab our 10mm socket for the 2 bolts back here. And now we can grab our 10mm socket for our 2 bolts. So now with everything removed from the bumper that we need to take out, we can start to pull our bumper off. You're going to want to grab an extra set of hands for the other side, and then we'll pop this out from our fender, bring it forward, and then disconnect the connector on the back of either side's fog light. And now we can remove the connector for our fog lights by pressing in on the tab. And now once we have our connector removed, we can do the same thing on the other side and fully remove our bumper. Now to remove our headlights, we have 4 bolts. We have 1 under this cover, 1 here, and then 1 on the side. So we'll take our 10mm socket to get these out. Now for our last one, we can fold back here to pop this out. Next, we can remove our last bolt. So once again, with the 10mm socket. So now with all of our bolts removed, we can pull out our headlight. So we'll fold that tab back again so we can pop it off of our clips, wiggle it out, and then we can disconnect all of our connectors. Just push in on the tabs to remove all of these. And then we can do that same thing on the other side.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory lights, we're gonna go ahead and need to install this adapter harness for this new set. So we're gonna start here at the battery. So we're gonna grab our 12mm socket on our ratchet, and we're gonna remove the lugs for the positive and negative terminal and install our terminals on our new harness, and then we'll move to the fuse box after that. So we'll go ahead and loosen our positive one up first. We don't need to fully remove it as these are open terminals. Just loosen it up enough. So we'll go ahead and get our terminal on, and we can go ahead, tighten that right back down. Cover that one up, and we can go ahead and install our negative one. Put that on, tighten that up. Next, we're going to need to add our fuse tap into our fuse block. So we'll go ahead here and remove the cover and just simply push on this tab. Pop this cover off, and you're going to look for your EFI number 2 7.5 amp fuse. We have our fuse puller here right in our cover. So we'll go ahead and pull that 7.5 amp fuse first. Go ahead and pop that out. Then we're going to install that into the open slot on our fuse tap. We'll go ahead and put our fuse tab right where that 7.5 amp fuse was. And once we have that on, go ahead and return our fuse puller to its spot, because you definitely want to keep that. And then we can go ahead and reinstall our cover. Then we'll go ahead and drop our driver's side plugs down here behind our mounting point for our headlights. Now you can tuck this wiring however you'd like and clean it up and make it your own. We're just going to sneak it down here behind this. So the shorter side of your harness is going to go to the driver's side, obviously closest to the fuse block, and then the passenger side is going to be the longer portion. So we're just going to run ours directly across here in this padded section in front of our radiator. You can feel free to tuck this and clean it up however you would like to make it your own. We're just going to run it like that for simplicity and ease of demonstration. Just pop that right over here. And just tuck it right along in here. And this padding is going to keep it away from any hot parts or anything like that. It's going to make it nice and flush. But again, feel free to do it however you would like. So now we can begin plugging our new headlight in. So we're going to match up our connectors. So we have our gray triangle shaped one here. Go ahead and get that plugged in. Make sure that snaps into place. And our brown one here is going to go up in this corner, like so. Snap that one in. Our adapter harness here. Snap that one in. Other adapter plug. Right here. Main plug is going to go into this black connector here. Make sure that's nice and secure. The gray one's going to go to our white one. Snap that one in. So now that we have everything plugged in, we can go ahead and set our headlight into place. Line our mounting tabs up. Remember, you have this one under here as well. Pop that on. Make sure our side one is lined up down bottom. Then we can go ahead and start reinstalling our hardware. So we'll go ahead and start up top. We'll fold this back. Get this screw started in here. And again, we're using our 10 mil socket on our ratchet for all of our hardware here. And the side mounting bolt is the one with the different thread pitch than your screws that go in the front. We'll go ahead and just work our way around here. And we'll get our side one in. Then once you have this headlight in, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side. So now that we have both headlights in, it's time to reinstall our bumper. So we'll go ahead, set our top mounting points back into position, lining up our mounting points for our tabs and our center bolt here. And then before we put anything back in, we're going to come down to the sides and plug our fog lights back in. So now we'll come back here and grab our fog light connector and plug that back in. Then we'll do the same thing for the other side. Next, we'll come back up to the middle here, and first thing we're going to do is reach down and grab our connector for our adaptive cruise control and plug that back in. Go ahead and get that back in place. Next, we'll go ahead and reinstall our clips to the top mounting points here on the outsides. Do the same thing for the other side. Then we'll go ahead and install our upper center mounting bolt, so we'll get that started. And again, we'll use our 10 mil socket on our ratchet for all of our hardware here. Then we'll get our two little 10 millimeters back in down bottom here. We'll grab our extension and our 10 mil on our ratchet for those. Now we can go ahead and get the side of our bumper back into place. So we'll go ahead and line that up. Pop this upper portion back in, just like so. Make sure our wheel well here is back in the mounting points where it needs to go. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall all of our 10 millimeter screws in here. And then you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can go ahead and reinstall all our 10 mil hardware underneath here. Now a couple of ours have been lost to time, so you should have 3 along this bottom edge here. We only have 2, unfortunately. And we'll go ahead and get our lower middle bolts here back in. Then once you have all these in, you can go ahead and repeat these same steps for the other side. Next, we can go ahead and get our radiator cover back into place. Go ahead and set that back in here. Line all of our tabs up. Then we'll go ahead and reinstall all of our push clips. Now the one thing you want to do with these is, since you push them down to get them out, you will have to push them back up like so to get them back in. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Alforex Nova Series G2 LED projector headlights with black housings and clear lenses for your 14 to 20 4Runner. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.